I further want to talk about Mr. Moses's prior criminal history. Now, I've stated repeatedly that Florida law prohibits me from talking about the entire extent of his criminal history. But upon my review, it's important to note that although the sheriff went through great lengths to paint a picture that this was a very violent individual with a very violent past, what I can tell you is that there were 4 felonies in Mr. Moses's juvenile history. 4. And I can tell you that among them were 2 vehicle burglaries, where he and other individuals broke into a vehicle, not an occupied vehicle, broke into a vehicle that and wherein they stole things out of the vehicle. One of those felonies was a grand theft in the 3rd degree, where he was a passenger in a stolen vehicle. There was no evidence or information in the police report that he stole the vehicle, but he was charged with grand theft in the 3rd degree because he was a passenger in a stolen vehicle. That's 3 of the 4 felony offenses in Mr. Moses's juvenile history. Now, there was a robbery with a weapon charge, and that's one of the charges that has been widely reported. Again, in your packets today, you'll receive copies of all of the police reports for the felonies in Mr. Moses's record, because while I can't discuss the dispositions, the police reports are public record and available to the public. What's important to understand about the robbery is that although Mr. Moses participated in this robbery, Mr. Moses was not the individual who held the firearm during the commission of the robbery. He was never alleged to have been the individual holding the firearm during that robbery. It's important because facts matter. I know they don't matter to the governor, and I know they don't matter to the senator, and sometimes they don't matter to the sheriff, but facts do matter. And it's important that when we report on things, that we're reporting the actual facts of what took place. Given those 4 felonies in Mr. Moses's history, again, all of those happened prior to my being elected state attorney. They happened in 2018 and 2019 when Mr. Moses was 14 and 15 years old. I stand behind the decisions that were made in those cases. And while I can't discuss the specific dispositions with you, I can tell you that none of those offenses would have incarcerated Mr. Moses for life. So when I am asked, why was he out on the streets? He was out on the streets because he did not commit an offense that would have required or even justified life imprisonment. And it's important for the community to understand that as prosecutors, we uphold the law. And upholding the law doesn't mean that we just throw things against the wall to see what sticks. It means we prosecute cases that we believe can be proven beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt, as is required of us by law.